But I want to reiterate the context we dropped at the beginning, which is this will come at a time when there's new items to get, new things to play, and a new power cap, so there's a reason to get new gear.
That's right.
I know a lot of people are asking about, like, when is this coming, so I just want to reiterate. Now, currently we can tell you that this is not coming for Episode 3, and Episode 3 is coming in February. That's all we have in the way of date information right now. All of these changes that we're talking about today will come in an update after Episode 3.
After Episode 3.
Hey, what is up everyone? The LDB is back at it again, coming at you today with a video concerning the state of the Division 2 as it sits today, January 21st, 2020. Now, as some of you may have noticed, I almost have been a ghost on the channel lately, and that is simply because I don't know where the hell this game is going. If you haven't seen the last state of the game, number 143, definitely go check it out since there's a lot to cover, and I really don't want to make this a 2-hour video. So I'm going to break down some things as I see them. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. Also, do not forget to subscribe, because once these changes do happen, I guarantee there will be an abundance of videos that I will be bringing you, so definitely stay tuned. So, let's jump into this. Okay, so on the last state of the game, they talked about how literally everything in the game is going to be reevaluated and adjusted. From our talents being taken away, no more damage to elites, gear pieces and gear sets being completely changed, etc., etc., goes on and on. But one big thing that I had a problem with is that the timeline in which they are doing so. For example, sometime in mid-February, they are going to release TU7, aka Episode 3, which consists of 2 new story missions as well as a classified mission. That's it. That's it. I think we get that exotic weapon, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't hold me to that. But as far as that goes for TU7 and Year 1, that's it. We're done. So everyone that thinks that these massive changes are going to happen in TU7 real quick, unfortunately that is not correct, as they explicitly said multiple times on the state of the game.
After Episode 3.
Now, they also did briefly talk about how these changes would come at a time when there is new content and a level up on gear score, so that we would have something better to work towards and, just kind of put the new gear that we're going to be getting, into something that's actually viable and not just redoing the current builds that we have, right? And to me, that kind of sounds like raid talk, but I could be, and I am hopefully wrong about that, because you have to think Year 1 is going to be over, TU7 is not going to have these changes implemented, and the next time we're getting new content is, as far as I know, is going to be Year 2 with the new raid, right? I mean, as far as what they've told us so far. Now, I would assume that Year 2 would be starting somewhere in March 2020, because the Season 1 pass was available to buy March 14th, 2019. So it would just make sense that, a year after, that's roughly about when these updates are going to be coming. And hopefully, again, not with the second raid that is scheduled for roughly mid-2020. Okay, so let's get this straight. Again, about the timeline. They're going to release 2 new missions and a side mission to play or farm, whatever you want to do. Then shortly after, about a month, Year 2 should be released, in which I'm sure we're going to have to pay for it, right? Then hopefully, they will be implementing these huge changes before the raid and not with the raid, since that would be months, right? So why would they release 2 new missions to play or farm, whatever you want to do, then switch everything up right before or around the time as the next raid, leaving everything we've done and farmed for in the meantime, in hindsight, like right now, aka right now, to be more or less null and void? Why would they do that? We're going to have 2 new missions to farm, and then all of the loot that we get from it is going to be null and void, be garbage, right? I don't understand that at all. I mean, I guess if we get that exotic weapon or something, but hell, they might change that by the time the next update comes out. We don't know. So since they did give us a big heads up on what's coming, I think they're just trying to hype it up a little bit more than normal, right? So my question to all of you is, why are we still playing this game? Why are we doing this? Because until they put these changes in, I really don't see a big point to it. Yes, the 2 main missions will be fun to play, but once the fun factor wears off about an hour or 2 after you complete those missions, what do we do then? We go back to the grind? For what? What are we going to be grinding for? Pieces that are going to be nerfed, in a month or 2? I don't know what to do about that. And then, in the meantime, we're just going to wait for Year 2? For what? We don't even know what's happening. I mean, they're so vague about it. They just say, "Oh, well, we'll cover that next week. Show you a slideshow. We'll cover that next week." And again, they're just trying to hook you in. But at the same time, I don't think they even know what's going on because they keep putting it off. Now, I really do love this game. I really, really do. But sometimes we need to just step back to see the bigger picture, then come back and decide how to proceed. And that right there is where I am stuck because as for me, I think it kind of hurts a little bit more than the average person. I mean, nothing against anybody that's not a content creator, but, I do this, because I enjoy it, right? I enjoy doing builds for you guys. I have a blast farming, testing things, and eventually bringing the build that I come up with to you guys. But with all of this going on, without a real timeline, I'm at a loss here. I mean, I could put out more builds in the meantime, but where do we draw the line? Since doing new builds up until the day of the next update is not going to work out, and all the builds that I have right now are only going to be viable for a short period of time, and that really sucks because I have 4 or 5 builds that are like ready to record, edit, and upload for you guys. But again, I don't want to put anything out that is going to be misleading in the future or give somebody some great idea that they go farm 20 hours for, that they finally get it on their build, and then 2 days later they turn around and essentially nerf it. So I ask all of you, should I continue to do builds until the update? What is the cutoff date, if there is one? Since it's going to be at least a month or so. So these builds that I have, they will be viable for a little bit of time, but after that, it's going to be done and over with. So I keep thinking against it, but then again, I am here for all of you guys. So I just thought, hey, what better way to figure it out than just to straight up ask you guys. And by all means, I do not want to come across as someone that's just putting out videos to get a few clicks. I try to hold myself higher than that, but in the same breath, I would hate to lose any of you that may be subscribed because of lack of content. I hope you guys all understand where I'm coming from as a content creator as well as just a regular player, because at the end of the day, I'm just one of you guys, right? That's all it is. Now I'm thinking we are all frustrated right about now, so I really wish they would have just left the game in the state that it is. Hold off on TU7. Don't hate on me yet. Listen, hear me out. I know it's hard for me to say as well, but the overall game is trash right now at the moment. Why would putting a couple more missions, some more trash on top of it, help anything before we're going to get a revamp? And then they're going to throw a raid in there somewhere along the line. You know what I mean? I would rather put my patience knee pads on, give them the time to get this update out efficiently, effectively, before the raid, make sure all the mechanics are going good, and everything isn't just in a working order. Call me crazy, but they keep putting out more and more content, and they're putting everything else, the invisible walls, this, that, the other, on the back burner. And to me, that should be on the front line. Just my call. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, guys, please let me know what you're thinking about this whole topic, and especially about the upcoming builds. Other than that, everyone keep your fingers crossed, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for future content. LDB out.